complex just a few miles from Midtown Manhattan and scene of a humanitarian crisis.
What are some words you'd use to describe Rikers Island?
Hell. Plain and simple. Hell.
Benji Lozano recently spent 5 months in Rikers, serving the remaining sentence from a 1997 assault conviction after his recent parole from decades in state prison on a separate conviction.
What do you see in these pictures?
I see myself. I see everything that I experienced while I was at Rikers Island. I see inhumane conditions. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's ridiculous. Why is there not anything being done about what's happening at Rikers Island?
Photos obtained by the New York Post last fall show detainees jammed in the intake area. Lozano says he spent weeks living like this.
Feces all over the wall, unoperable restrooms, toilets would not flush, the sinks would not work. It was disgusting.
And you might be surprised who agrees with him.
People were living in inhumane conditions.
Until last month, Vincent Schiraldi was in charge of Rikers Island.
No recreation, health care was not available to people because we couldn't get them to their doctor's appointments. People weren't making court appointments on time.
Violence, he says, was rampant.
What would you say is the percentage of prisoners who have weapons?
You know, there were several units that were unstaffed completely. There was no correctional officer physically in the unit. And I can't remember looking under a sheet or a mattress and not seeing a shank under one of them. Because frankly, anybody would want one to keep themselves protected because there was no correctional officer to keep them protected.
NBC News recently obtained more than 100 hours of surveillance video from inside Rikers. Scenes like this, an attempted knifing averted by an officer, and an inmate-organized so-called fight night where some detainees were forced to participate.
Who was running the place?
The inmates run the facilities.
The footage came to light as part of a lawsuit brought by the New York County Defender Services on behalf of a client awaiting trial, who argued he should be released because of the unsafe conditions inside Rikers. In a groundbreaking decision in December, a judge agreed, finding the city's Department of Correction utterly failed to prevent the crisis at Rikers Island.
Under your leadership, was it dangerous?
I wrote to all the judges and all the district attorneys and said, I cannot guarantee the safety of people that get sent here.
Dangerous to inmates and for jail staff?
It was dangerous for everyone who was in there, for the medical staff, for the correctional officers, and for the people who are incarcerated there.
It's worth noting the majority of those being held at Rikers are awaiting trial and presumed innocent.
They're treated worse than many prisons in which people are fully convicted.
Was it possible to come to a place like Rikers and melt in and not be affected by any of this?
I don't see how that's possible. I mean, some people are heroes and they can withstand no matter what you throw at them, but the vast majority of people left Rikers worse off than when they came in.